What is up, you all? We are back for another GTA 6 video, and today we're going to be talking about what we seen in trailer 2 for GTA 6, the Easter eggs and all the things you might have missed. Before we get into it, definitely smash the like button because it definitely helps, and make sure you're subscribed. Get comfortable, y'all, because I peeped a lot. So starting off with this first photo, opening up the trailer, we see just Leonita in general. Like, this looks like it's the rough part. It looks a little crazy down here, I'm not gonna lie, but the water's blue. They really capture Florida, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe this is like deep down in Florida, like certain areas. This is definitely like not, I don't think it's the Miami area. I mean, it probably could be just a, you know, a bad side of it. But yeah, it looks cool. The water's blue. And moving on, this is where it gets interesting. We see this old dude named Brian, and he's basically demanding orders while Jason is working on his roof. So I'm pretty sure that basically Brian is going to be his boss or something, because this company we see later on a guy's shirt in the end of the trailer, and it says Brian's across his shirt. So I'm pretty sure that Jason worked for Brian. Maybe he ends up, you know, quitting eventually to do what he's doing with Lucia, but I could be wrong. We see we got the replica of a Ford. I think it says like it's called Vapid. So this is obviously going to be like a Ford truck, but they can't use the name. You know how it is with GTA. Moving on, we see a shot of Jason actually has his glasses on, and basically tells Brian, I'm working on a roof. It was a leak on the roof. So he seems like he's very handy around the area where he's staying. And I'm not gonna lie, bro, this trailer looks crispy. Like, and the fun look, the craziest thing about it is at the end they show us that it's captured on an Xbox Series X and a PS5. So this is the real deal right here, because they can't just up and lie and say, yeah, this is captured on a PS5 and it really wasn't. No, it's saying that it's captured on a PS5. Jason, everything looks so real in the show. So he looks like he's driving through his neighborhood, and we see this woman, possibly a cougar, and she says, hey, what's up, Jason? And Jason's laughing, he's driving, and then eventually we see him go to this store or whatever, possibly a surf shop or something, because he has, like, you know, that surf vibe to it, or just a regular store. But Jason goes in there and he slaps the shit out of this dude. Maybe he owes him money. And it's weird because Jason looks like a guy that actually is like just cool into himself, but he walks in, he slaps the shit out this guy, and then he goes to the register and looks in the register and takes money. I don't know if it's something where dude owes him money, or is it going to be something where he's just taking the money because he has to do something for Lucia. We see it has like a 420 pack of wrappers to wrap like ganja, whatever, and some dude is laying in the back with a hippie shirt on and a bong. So maybe, you know, he smoked up Jason's money or something. I don't know, but this scene was actually crazy. It threw me off a little bit, seeing Jason go from fixing the roof to going to slap the shit out of dude. But pushing forward, we see, I want to say this is Jason driving behind, you know, some people in the F-150. Then on the signs we see VCI Airport, and then we see downtown, and then we see Southside Peacock Bay. So this is approaching Miami, I want to say. And the thing I think is going to be cool, I'm hoping that we can go to the airport on this one, because we never really got to go to the airport, like go inside the airport, go through TSA. And man, it's going to be crazy if they let you get on an airplane and travel, because I think they've been hinting at that, like we can go to the airport and board the airplane. We see the airplane actually is flying over the highway while Jason is driving. So I'm thinking, yeah, it's the flight name is US. It kind of looks like a knockoff Delta a little bit, but yeah, I'm thinking the delay might be worth it, because it's looking crazy right now. I'm not gonna lie, you can't lie, y'all. This trailer's looking crazy. And then next we see a guy actually working out. I don't know if that's Jason, maybe it is, but he's working out on a beach. He's doing a bench press bar, and this is the main spot of Miami, like downtown, that strip where everybody, you know, go for spring break, like the content creators and all that. This is definitely that spot. And we see some chicks walk up to him while he's lifting weights. Like I said, once again, I don't know if that's Jason, but yeah, we got like a off-brand water at the bottom. And like I said, the fact that this is actually captured on a PS5 and the Xbox is crazy work. Moving forward, we see Jason actually walking out, and he has beers in his hand, and we see a guy to the left that's playing lottery. Fun fact, I done went to Florida and them lottery stands literally look like that. Like he's filling out a lottery card. We see a cat on the other side by the ATM, on top of the ATM actually. And on the back of Jason's shirt, it says Leonita Marine Center. We support all marine life. So I wonder if, we were talking about basically like, is Jason a cop or whatever? It seemed to be he could potentially be like an ex-Marine, and that can play a big factor in the story on him helping Lucia and him get through these missions because he's a trained Marine. Pushing forward, he walks outside and he sees a hobo, and the hobo's asking Jason for money. I'm not gonna lie, y'all, the NPCs that we're seeing in this trailer actually is insane, bro. Like this bro, I'm not gonna lie, this don't even look like GTA. I don't even know what to call it. Like it looks so real. Like it damn near looks like how like a God of War or Last of Us. Like it ain't got that grainish no more how GTA 5 has, where it's kind of like this looks completely different. But moving on, it's a lot we breaking down, y'all. Hope y'all comfortable. We got this scene where basically the police is kind of, going up against possibly the Haitians or some African Americans. And on the wall it says warning on video without permission. I think this is Jason driving right here. Yeah, I want to say it's Jason driving. Yeah, it is. It's Jason driving. We see two guys on the wall, two African American guys or possibly Haitians. And I think they're just telling us it's going to be police brutality in this, because you don't see nobody that's a different skin color, just African Americans or Haitians, and they're getting a hard time from the police, and it's right in front of like these murals. So I think that it's going to definitely be something where it's going to be police brutality. Like while you're driving, you're going to see people get pulled over randomly, getting their ass kicked and pulled out the cars. And I think the cops are going to be aggressive, obviously, and that's why they're showing us this, that the cops are going to be aggressive. We even get a hint at possibly a dirty cop later on in the trailer. But yeah, it looks like they're giving them a hard time. Then we see an undercover cop right there. Then we see a cop on duty. Man, they're going there with this. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. This is crazy. The murals and things. So I'm hoping that they incorporate that, like candle lights and stuff like that. Because I was talking about that from the first trailer, where you see them doing that procession, riding out for their boy. It said on Instagram they got the dirt bikes. I'm thinking it's gonna be like that. We gonna see people laid out on the curb with sheets. You go have funerals going on, because this is showing it, because they got murals and stuff on the wall. So moving forward, we got this scene right here where Jason is going to meet up with Lucia at prison, and this guy behind the glass asks Jason, like, have you been here before? And Jason tells him, like, maybe. Of course, Jason possibly has been there before, but I don't know if it's from him being a criminal, or maybe he still is a cop. He just has some Marine training. I don't know, but this scene right here, bro, little chills, seeing him and Lucia see each other face to face. So it is kind of crazy, because this is like the part 2 to trailer 1, how trailer 1 opened. Remember, we see the lady say Lucia, and Lucia turns around. But obviously we find out now, if you put 2 and 2 together, this is when Lucia get let out of prison, and Jason comes and meet her up. Like, this is actually how people look when they get out of prison. Like, she has on slides, no socks, sweats, and a shirt, and she's obviously happy to see Jason. So they obviously have history. It's nothing where she gets out and meet him. They obviously been talking for a minute, because she's happy to see him. And I'm not gonna lie, like, this shot of Lucia right here actually looks crazy. Like, it looks like a real, like, Latina female. It don't look like a cartoon. It looks like a movie, literally. But I can't see her shirt too much. I was trying to look and see what her shirt said, but I can't see it really. Moving on, we see a shot of Jason that's super crispy. And on the shirt again, Leonita, it says Marine Center. Oh, so maybe it says sales and services. So I was thinking that, because we see Brian, the shirt that says Brian on it, also says Marine on it. So maybe they're not talking about the Marine I'm thinking about. Maybe they're saying Marine because it's like boat equipment and yacht equipment, and that's what he works with. So maybe he could still be the cop. Maybe it's not the Marine I'm thinking of, but it says sales and services on the shirt. So that's obviously Brian's company, the guy that he was working on the roof for. So man, this looks crazy. Like, look at the ground. Like, the grass is growing through the cracks. We see littering. We see like candy wrappers and cans. This, bro, they cooked with this. Pushing forward, we see Lucia and Jason are not wasting no time. They getting straight to it, like they're laying on the bed or whatever. And then she has on an ankle monitor. If you look, she's on house arrest. So in the trailer, she's doing a lot. She's actually going crazy in the trailer. So for her, I don't know if she's going to cut her ankle monitor off eventually or something. And we also see in the trailer that she's going to be doing community service. So they're going to obviously be keeping, you know, tabs on her. But yeah, she has on a big ass ankle monitor, but she's getting down with Jason moving forward. We see Lucia robbing a bank, her and Jason. The reason I know it's a bank is because we see once we get another shot of it on the computer, it's Sin Frontier, a national bank. I want to say, I can't see too much. Is it Sin Frontier National Bank? It says it's on security lockdown. So her and Jason are already robbing the place. Like I said from the jump, this is going to be a Bonnie and Clyde story, especially with it being confirmed that they're actually dating and everything. And I think it's going to play out exactly how Bonnie and Clyde's story played out. But something the most interesting that I've seen in this trailer is we see that Lucia and Jason is laying down and he rubs her stomach. I'm thinking Lucia's pregnant, y'all. I think she's pregnant or something. It has to be that. That's immediately what I thought. Because when a dude rubs a female's stomach is because something's in there. I think that something's in the oven with Lucia and she's pregnant. And that's going to make the story even more crazier, because if it ends off with her being pregnant, and something's telling me that eventually they're going to have to separate. I don't know why. And if she has a baby involved, they're definitely writing a story for sure. So comment down below what y'all think. Is Lucia pregnant, or was he just like comforting her or something? I don't know. Moving forward, we see Lucia and Jason having a drink. Now, maybe this trailer is filmed out of order, but you don't post a drink when you're pregnant. Maybe Lucia just simply doesn't give a hell, but they're drinking like a knockoff Corona. It's like they're planning things out, living life. She's fresh out of prison. They're catching up. And yeah, man, like I said, the NPCs they probably are the realest NPCs I've ever seen in a Rockstar game. The graphics, this is the best just visual Grand Theft Auto game I've ever seen. Like, no bullshit. Like, this looks crazy, bro. It looks like a movie, you know. So moving forward, we see them sitting on a dock by like a yacht or whatever, possibly the area that Jason's working in, but I don't know. It seems like they're just kind of talking about everything and catching up on stuff. Once again, planning out banks and casing banks, because we see them going crazy in the trailer. Moving on, I love this shot of seeing them, like she's laying on her back and they're on a dock and you just see the sun setting. Because if y'all ever been in Florida, if you catch it on the right day, it does get orange like that, like for sure. I done been in Florida and I've seen the sky hit that type of orange. So man, hats off to Rockstar for capturing that imagery. And then this is it right here. So the marine company or whatever that Brian is owning, it right here is basically what they're showing. So we see, I want to say that's Jason right there helping them load something up. Obviously, like I said, the marine I was thinking about was like just obviously like a marine, but obviously I think it's going to be something that has to do with like boats and just boat equipment and yachts and things like that. So yeah, man, so far this is looking crazy. So it looks like eventually, you know, Jason might quit or something. And we see some other females that are similar to Lucia that are doing community service, like picking up trash around Florida. We see cups on the grounds, cans, chip bags, while the police are monitoring and keeping track of them. So we see an ankle monitor on this chick in the back, possibly Lucia. Looks like it could be Lucia, but I can be wrong. Saw this shot, obviously crazy. They come to like this old ran down apartment or house or beach house, and she says like, this is a good start. Lucia looking like she's trying to lift up Jason's spirits. Maybe he's not, you know, up to stay at this place, but Lucia's like, hey, it's a start, man. Like, I'm happy to be out of prison. You know, we go, it just, bro, I'm not gonna lie, even the dialogue was on point. Like, it's so much. And then we see them obviously at a bar. I want to say it's called Hurricane Roxy, or maybe it's something else, but it's a happy hour Monday to Friday. It's a lot of stuff going on. We see somebody on the wall says fishy business. I can't see that picture, but we see like beers at the bottom. We see the guy that obviously Jason works with the Brian shirt next to him, and somebody else next to him. So they're obviously friends, because these people that we see throughout the trailer, again, like this guy was in a selfie with Lucia and Jason. So maybe it's going to be something with them. And yeah, they're obviously out having fun, taking some drinks. And then we see Lucia pull Jason. I want to say she was trying to pull him to dance, but he didn't want to dance. But she pulls him to dance, I want to say. And then this chick right here behind him looks like, I could be wrong, it can be Lucia's sister, because they kind of look alike. Like they both look like they Latina. And then the dude in the back, we see him in a trailer later on with a Brian shirt on, like a Brian's business shirt. And he's like, hey, if you got any friends, let me know. So maybe this leads up to that moment where Lucia puts her sister on with this guy that has this colorful shirt on in the background. But I can be wrong. I don't know. I'm just trying to put two and two together from what I'm seeing. Let me see. Yeah, that's basically what we're seeing. We see the beer brand is going to be called Patriot. Moving on. Continuing, we see the sister. Yeah, they're definitely got to be related. And even if they're not sisters, they got to be related. Then we see Lucia. Now, this transitions from them being down bad and broke to the point they're on a yacht. Like, they're dressed nice. Lucia has a dress on. We see females in bikinis. And it looks like they're, like, in the middle of Miami water. And, yeah, we see her walk with, like, this glittery dress on, moving forward. And then Jason approaches Lucia, and they kind of, I want to say they kind of prep for dancing or something. But yeah, man, this looks crazy. Like, it's going to be yacht. Of course, it's Miami. It's going to be yacht parties. It's going to be a lot of people like in the water when you're doing missions. I can see it right now. You're driving around Miami. People are racing yachts and jet ski. Well, not yachts, or racing jet skis and things like that. This is going to actually be crazy, bro. I'm not going to lie. I can't wait. This was probably the cleanest shot that I've seen of Jason the whole trailer, when he's talking to Lucia in the truck and we see like some bikers in the back. Like, look how crispy his face is, like how the reflection is coming off his face, the eye color, the hair, the stubble, everything. Look at Lucia's skin. Yeah, the shadow of the earring. They have did it, bro. Like, this is better than trailer one. I'm gonna say it right now. A shot of them holding their hands as they're looking off the dock or something. Then this is them in the club having fun. So I love how it's kind of getting us invested in these two characters. Like, through the whole trailer, I thought it was going to be just a trailer about Jason, but they incorporated him a little more in this one. There is him and Lucia. They're just dancing and having fun, living life. Now, this was interesting. Now, I think this is either the Cubans or the Haitians. It kind of confused them because we see some people that look like Haitians and some people look like Cubans, but they approach Jason. Obviously, these are the bad guys. These are the gang members, and they look convincing. I'm not gonna lie, they definitely look convincing for sure. Especially this dude right here, man. He's giving fucking Kimbo Slice. He has his shirt off. We see dude in the back look like 42 Doug. Got the plaits in his head, and they're on board. I'm not gonna lie. If these how the gang members are gonna look, this is intimidating. Like, out of Grove Street, the Ballers, these are the most realistic gang members out of the whole GTA franchise. Like, look at his braids. He got the dread. Yeah, these are definitely Haitians because he got the dreads. But dude in the back got the plaits. Like, it doesn't look like a generic person, like this NPC gang member. This looks real. And then we see Lucia obviously escaping something, possibly the back of the club or somewhere. I don't know, a warehouse. We see Lucia jump down on the ground having the same attire from the first trailer, where she has on like the black tank top, the chucks, and the short shorts from when she was walking through the bodega. So maybe that's that. I think this could potentially be the night where they actually are going on a run with the police, because we see the helicopters looking at them, and maybe that's why they try to hurry up and get a bank last minute. Like, well, the store, they try to rob the store last minute because they need all the money they can get. So that actually makes sense. I think that's gonna be like the end of the game, where we see Lucia jump out the window, but maybe they're getting, tracked down. We see Jason talking to this older guy. I don't know if this is the same guy from the opening, that Brian, but Jason's talking to him. That was a clean shot. And this guy right here, he's giving crooked cop for sure, because he said something along the lines in the trailer like cops have to protect themselves, or they got to stick together. And then we see basically Jason talking to him. So I want to know if maybe Lucia and Jason get caught up with some dirty cops, or maybe Jason gets caught up with some dirty cops, or maybe Jason is a dirty cop like we all speculated. That's why they put this in a trailer to kind of get us talking about it. It's so much. It's going to be so many GTA videos dropping on the channel, y'all. This is the beginning. Y'all remember how much we broke down the first one. This is just the part one for real to break down. But, man, like, I think Jason's going to have some stuff going on with this cop right here. Because he said, like, us cops got to stick together. And Jason's in there. So, are you a cop, Jason? I don't know, man. And then we see Jason hanging out the window, busting a gun on the front line of the boulevard. This is, you could tell from that building in the corner, this is right there, the main part of Miami, so on a strip. So maybe he's chasing somebody that's running on a strip by the bars and the restaurants, and he's shooting at them. But it looks critical right there, man. And the way that gun is firing, boy. And then we have a chick that looks like she's from like the gutter of Florida from the background, and she's like imitating like her shooting a gun. So she looks like she's a hood chick. She has on like a bra with some diamonds around her neck and some glasses. And yeah, man, I'm loving seeing the culture in this trailer. Like, it's showing a lot of culture, like the Latinas, African Americans, Haitians, Caucasians. I'm not gonna lie, they're cooking with this. And you know, that's how Florida is. We even see like a train that's behind her, like a train that's moving, or like a cart. That's obviously a train though, because of the tracks at the top. So crazy work. And usually they had them trains by Disney. I never seen them trains. Like, I never been to Miami, but I ain't never know them to have trains and shit like that. But we see a motel, possibly the motel that Jason Lucia is gonna stay at the hideout, and we see the car's on fire in the back. So maybe somebody tried to come and look for them, and they found out where they stay, because they're staying in a motel at the point. We see them even in the first trailer when Lucia's like, trust, that's a motel. That's not the house that they're staying in. So, and it looks like Jason's hair grew out a lot more. So maybe they're trying to change their look, the way they look, the image. Maybe they're trying to dye their hair and stuff because they're on a run. That makes sense. But he don't look like the Jason we see in the beginning, I'm gonna be honest. And then this was interesting. We see Lucia fighting a guy, because that's definitely not a dude with that hairy stomach. So this, at first I thought it was prison, but them just are red hoodies and shirts. So it looks like Lucia's gonna be in a fight club or something, which is gonna be interesting to see in a Grand Theft Auto game. We got gates around her. And yeah, it looks like she's possibly going to be like in some type of fight club, possibly just getting prepared for the stuff that her and Jason are about to go through, because I'm pretty sure they're going to go through a lot from what we've seen in this trailer. And we see a shot of Jason walking in loading a gun while Lucia's on the couch, possibly in her apartment, and he's saying like, me and you, we got this. So I'm thinking this is when stuff, they're knee deep in things. Like, this is when shit is going to kick up, and maybe Lucia's having doubt. And then, you know, Jason has to uplift her like, bro, we got this. We good. You know what I'm saying? We gonna be all right. And moving on, we see another shot of Lucia turned around. This is one of Lucia's crispiest face shots, even out of the first trailer. Like, this right here, this looks like a real person, bro. She has on a shirt that says, I think it's Gale Horn or Sail Horn International, and she's talking to Jason or whatever. And like I said, man, look at the sun reflecting off her shoulder. This legit looks real. Like, this looks like a real deal just movie. But we could tell it's like a little bit piece that could tell you it's a game for sure. But we see Lucia once again. Like I said, I think this is going to be the end of the game, or just that final hoorah, because she has that same shirt on when she's robbing a bodega, walking out with the bandana on, and she's shooting at the cops. The cops are chasing her, but we just saw a photo of her at nighttime jump out the back of a factory or a window or something. So yeah, this is going to possibly be the end when the police are on them. So this is crazy. That's capturing a PS5 and Xbox Series X, to be honest. Moving on, this, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be honest, I'm convinced they took Tupac face card and they fucking put braids on Tupac. Like, this dude looks just like Tupac. I know I'm not tripping. Like, his nose, his mouth, his mustache, I'm telling y'all, bro, I don't know if I'm tripping. Y'all comment down below. This dude that Jason, they're looking at something on the phone. Maybe it's a live crime chase or something, or sports, because he has on like the Florida Mariners like replica jersey with the hat. So I don't know, man, he gives me Tupac vibes. But This guy possibly is going to be a big character in the game because we didn't see Jason with too many just random NPCs in this trailer. So he's probably going to be one of those big just characters in the game. He got tattoos. We see a dog in the back. We see a dude possibly on social media. He's looking at his phone or taking a selfie. You see some people working out right there. Man, it's so much to cover, y'all. Like, but I broke it down to everything I seen. It took a little minute to look. We see basically Lucia's fighting with somebody in the air of an airplane. This is gonna be crazy. Like, and it's over water. I don't know how this is gonna play out, but yeah, Lucia's fighting somebody on top of an airplane. These missions, that's another thing I'm getting from the trailer. These missions are gonna be really intense. They're gonna be really just like realistic. We're seeing them jump out of cars, fight on an airplane, getting chased by the cops. This is gonna be crazy. This was a great shot, real crispy. One of my favorite shots. Seeing Lucia look at Jason, like look at her hair. You can see her edges, the silkiness of her hair. You see the stubble on Jason's face. Even the fingernails and shit look real, bro. Like the jury, everything. So this is we are seeing the story mode right now. I hope y'all know that. Like, shit might be different, but look into the trailer a little deeper, y'all. The story that they're trying to tell us Rockstar is, we're seeing it. Like, they're not going to just put a random scene of them kissing. This is going to be meaningful, bro. This is going to be the trailer, but this is the trailer, but this is going to also be the story. I can see, because I'm already piecing stuff together with the crooked cops, the gang members, Lucia and Jason, possibly going to have one survive. You're going to have to choose. You're going to get invested in both characters. You're going to have friends that's probably going to be snooping in your business because you're acting weird. Bro, it's going to be crazy, bro. The police is going to be kind of tagging in on y'all personal life. This was very interesting. Seeing an F-150 drag like this box or something, like a box. They got this from Fast and Furious. This is definitely from Fast and Furious. But like I said, I'm down for it. It's showing how lit the missions is gonna be. So this is gonna be crazy, though, man. I can't wait. This is that guy from the bar. See what I'm saying? He was actually at the bar with Lucia and Jason. So maybe this is Lucia's brother, because he looks Latina also. He doesn't just look Caucasian. So maybe this is Lutina's relatives. And I said Lutina. This is Lucia's relatives, because we see a girl that looks like it could be her sister. Maybe this is her brother. I don't know. And they giving it vibes, so they're going to be in Jason Lucia's business, and they're going to have to get dealt with or something. Or I don't know, but we see them having a selfie in a club, having fun. Maybe they're celebrating because they're getting money now. I don't know. Maybe it's going to be stuff that's special about these characters that you're going to be able to use them for. We see the main spot of Miami. We see a chick hanging out the car in like a knockoff Mercedes Benz. Bro, it's so many cars. We see like Porsches, muscle cars. We see a Lambo right in the middle, a lime green Lambo. We seen a woman taking a picture of somebody hanging out a car. This is look crazy, bro. This really looks like Florida. This is wild. Then we see a dude taking pictures with a lot of girls. I don't know who the hell he is, but it's definitely giving how it is on spring break. Seeing a lot of people down there taking pictures with females in bikinis. Like, look how real the females look, bro, and the dudes. Like, that's crazy. And then we see them partying at a club. I want to say it's called Taste of Pleasure. We see the name at the bottom, but it can just be a quote. They're on a roof with bikinis. Yeah, that's definitely is capturing Miami, because this is how it gets during spring break. You just see a lot going on. You see windows at the top. Hopefully we can go in the rooms, man, because they said that Rockstar is working on that option. But yeah, we see more of them partying, and now we're inside a club. It said sinful Sundays, seductive Saturdays, bottle specials. We see this guy throwing money on his stripper, and yeah, man, it looks like it's gonna get like that. I'm not gonna lie, GTA 6 is gonna get like that from what it's looking like for sure. Another shot of the stripper. Just even the dancing and everything looks realistic. I'm not gonna lie, bro. The dancing looks realistic and everything. The NPCs. Then we see this guy feels ammunition. So first thing I noticed, y'all think I'd be like, okay, the chicks in bikinis with the rifles and shit. Bro, they got a PlayStation joystick. Look, it looks just like this in the trailer. So obviously they even putting details in the consoles you're gonna be able to play. It looks like a real PlayStation joystick. See a highway with a dock outside, some sandals. And this is obviously going to be Jason watching this, because eventually we see him land on the couch with the same PlayStation joystick on the table. So that's where we're going to be living at, like close to a dock and by a highway. But not only that, we see Lucia come in with a community service vest on. So them chicks that we seen earlier, Lucia's going to be picking up paper and cans and everything. And looks like she's going to have a long day. And she comes and lays on Jason. And when she has her ankle monitor on, obviously, we see that she's got the generic Converse type sneaker on. So it's going to be interesting, man. And then we see a mission possibly where they're getting chased by a helicopter and somebody's operating a machine gun. And we see Jason actually is going to be the one operating the helicopter. So that's going to be interesting. This looks like this is in the bayous in dirty waters of Florida. So where alligators and everything going to be at. So that's going to be an interesting mission. And we see later, Jason and Lucia on a jet ski driving. It's like it's a jet ski race or something, or possibly just a yacht party in the water, but they're having fun. This is going to be the good life. I could tell how they're having fun on the jet skis with the helicopters in the air. We see Jason getting chased by an airplane on a motorcycle. This is interesting. I don't know if this is Lucia or this is definitely not a guy, because you can see the bottom. But she jumps on a moving truck and it's a sports car in the truck. This is, bro, giving Fast and Furious. They're trying to make these missions very much Fast and Furious for sure. This is downtown, seems like Leonita, aka Miami. On the highway is crazy, bro. That's gonna be an interesting mission. And then we see them at the hotel. This is when they're gonna possibly be on a run, or this is the beginning once he gets her out of prison. They're hugging and whatever, kind of reuniting with each other. That even looked real, how she jumped on him. And we see them getting chased in a boat by the Vice-Dale police. So the police is going to be called Vice-Dale. Green and yellow is going to be their colors. So I don't know if the Vice-Dale is going to be close to Leonita, but it's obviously going to be a section on a map that's going to exist. Vice-Dale. So we see them also getting chased in another part of Florida. So yeah, they're getting chased or whatever and getting shot at. And we see like East 404, West 404. It's gonna get like that, y'all. I'm hoping y'all still locked in, man. Look, we see obviously Lucia's driving a drop top sports car, and then we see Jason jump on the back of the car. They're obviously on a mission, getting chased by the police or something, or by a gang. But we see him jump on the back of the car, and Lucia's the driver. But it kind of gave me weird vibes, like she's so determined in this. Like she didn't even look back and see if my boy Jason didn't fall off. So I don't know. And here's the guy, Brian. That has the Brian shirt, and it says like works in Marines or whatever, or I can't even read it, or Marines or Marines, but he has a yellow hat on, and this is when he asks, I'm thinking Lucia, like, you got a friend or whatever, they're working on boats, so, or Marines, that's what it's called, or Marines, but yeah, this is where Jason's going to work at. So maybe the boats and stuff is going to play a big part in the mission, where since you work there, you're going to know how to work on boats and operate on boats. Maybe I'll steal boats to get away or something. But, and then we get the final shot of Miami with the orange sunlight and just the buildings and the palm trees and everything. Overall, y'all, this to me was better than the first trailer. This clocks in almost 3 minutes, and then we just got so much, man. Like we even heard some plot details with GTA 6. Jason and Lucia have always known a deck is stacked against them. The description reads, but when a easy score goes wrong, they find themselves on the darkest side of the sunniest place in America, in the middle of a conspiracy stretching across the state of Leonita, forced to rely on each other more than ever if they want to make it out alive. We got so much, and it really is one of those things where I'm not gonna lie, they go delay and drop this trailer, y'all. We gotta wait to May 26th. I gotta survive to May 26th. Overall, comment down below some things that y'all noticed, and we also got some artwork released. This is an update. This is what you call an update. So we got a shot of Lucia and Jason laying in the bed with that nostalgic GTA artwork. I want to say this is that Brian guy that was actually talking to Jason while he was on the roof. We see some drugs on the table, a map. So he's going to definitely be involved with some stuff. Or that could possibly be the other old guy. Now that I think about it, I think this is the other old guy that Jason was talking to when they were in that shed or at the job site. A shot of the gang members outside of an adult entertainment club called Jack of Hearts. This definitely is giving like CJ vibes. He has on like some knockoff like Jordan 1s. Got the tattoos. This definitely is giving San Andreas, this picture right here. And this is, I want to say, the guy that was hanging with Lucia and Jason at the bar that had the Brian shirt on at the end. So he's obviously going to be an important character. He has tattoos all on him. Man, this feels so good looking at this. Like, this is super nostalgic. Got a shot of just like the whole thing with Vice City and other sections of Leonita with the city in the back. Got someone out in the creek, it looks like they canoeing or kayaking or something. Got downtown, got an arena. They even have, oh my god, they even have like an NBA team. I can't see the names, like Marcos or something. Oh yeah, this is crazy. Got the NBA team down there. Oh my god, the stadiums, the arena. This is lit right now, bro. Got the Starlet Motel, vacancy, king size beds, low rates, pool, and Wi-Fi. And I'm pretty sure this is where Lucia and Jason's going to be staying for the moment until they get their shit together. So, got some people playing basketball over there. This is downtown Miami, it looks like. Man, there's so much to take in, y'all. More videos coming soon. Lock in, turn on noti bells. Got like the nature part of Florida, like with some outer city type of scenery they got with nature and stuff showing. Got some yacht parties. Man, this looks crazy. Like even the NPCs body types, like they're really showing details. Got the gators and everything in a body of water. That's crazy work right there. The gators in the bayous and swamp water. Got a nice shot of a plane going over the Vice City sign, aka Miami. Man, this is crazy. They even got the old bodies right. Look at grandma with the glasses with her dude. He looking down at a young woman's ass. While he got an old woman, she's looking mad as hell. They playing football. Y'all, this right here is going to be crazy. Like, no lie. Leonita Keys. So I'm pretty sure this is a part of, you know, Florida. Like Key West, Florida is kind of showing. Okay, so Grass Rivers is the bayou. The postcard, so we're gonna be able to go to these places. How they got like, you know, the different types of size and maps of Grand Theft Auto. We got Mount Calaga National Park, so this is gonna be cool. Like probably the out the way spot. Vice City, Miami. Got a up close on the gang members. Y'all, this is crazy. Got the grills with the watch. This is gonna get crazy, y'all. Yup, got the hunters out there. Mud bath with the gator on a boat. Y'all, this is... Old woman on a little scooter. Y'all, this right here looks crazy. Got tourists and everything. Got the iguana on the ground. Yeah, tonight, around 9 o'clock, we will be live getting some of y'all thoughts on the GTA 6 trailer too and what we seen and breaking it down even a little bit more. So definitely be there tonight at like 9-ish or around 9 o'clock. But with that being said, unfortunately, this is the end of this video. I want y'all to hit me up on all my social medias at That's Be Stan, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. Peace.